Hi everybody and welcome to the Bookhouse. It's time once again for one of my completely unrealistic, overly ambitious Christmas break TBR lists. So let's dive right in. Last year I read Stupid Fast by Jeff Herbach. This is the sequel called Nothing Special. Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler, a Prince Honor book from last year. I'm kind of surprised I haven't read this already because I'm a huge fan of Daniel Handler, whether he's writing as himself or has his alter ego Lemony Snicket. But now that I have my own autographed copy from the NCTE conference, I'm especially eager to jump right in. The Book of Blood and Shadow by Robin Wasserman. I've started this one a little bit and I am totally intrigued. Safekeeping by Karen Hess. I don't really know anything about this book except I love Karen Hess, so I'm excited for this one too. And this book is called Then We Came to the End, and you can see from my bookmark I've started it just a little bit. I didn't know anything about this book, but I got it in our latest book club gift exchange, and so far I'm liking it a lot. Next I've got some books that are getting a lot of buzz. The newest by Maggie Stiefvater, The Raven Boys. Everybody's talking about this one. Never Fall Down by Patricia McCormick. She's always great. This has already been a National Book Award finalist, and there's some talk about other awards it might win as well. The Miseducation of Cameron Post by Emily Danforth. I actually started this a few months ago and was really liking it, but then I just got busy, and now it's getting a lot of buzz here during award season at the end of the year. Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. You may know her from her previous books, Please Ignore Vera Dietz, or Everybody Sees the Ants, and this is her latest, Ask the Passengers. After I got to hang out with her a little bit during the Yalsa Lit Symposium earlier this fall, I'm extra excited to start this one. And October Morning. It's a book in poetry that tells the story of Matthew Shepard. And finally some books I've just got to read because people keep recommending them to me. One of them is City of Bones, which I think has probably been on my TBR lists before, but this time really, I finally just started it this morning, and as everybody predicted, I'm sucked right in, and now that they're making a movie from this series, it comes out next August, I've really got to read this one. I got into a great conversation at the NCTE conference with a Penguin rep, and she said this was her favorite book from their publisher coming out in the next year. It's called A Tangle of Knots. I don't know anything about it. People keep telling me how good The False Prince is. I should have listened to them sooner, but I'm finally going to start it, especially because I already have an arc of the sequel, The Runaway King, which comes out in March. And then everybody from 10-year-olds to high schoolers to grown-ups have been telling me how awesome Peter Nimble and his fantastic eyes is. And then I met Jonathan Auxier at the NCTE conference, the author, and he seemed really great too. So I want to read this one. Finally, my friend Micah loaned me his copy of Jay-Z's Decoded, and he's been raving about how brilliant this book is. And when Micah tells me a book is brilliant, I trust him. So I've got to read this one over Christmas break too. So what about you, Bookhousers? What are you planning to read this holiday season? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below, and leave me any suggestions you have for things that I didn't talk about that you think I need to read. Me? Well, it's snowing outside, and I have some new hazelnut hot chocolate I'm dying to try, so I think I'm going to go sit down and read a good book. Oh, and do you like my red sweatshirt? Stay tuned, you'll be really jealous.